is there lipstick on my teeth? No. All right, we ready. Hello, you guys. Let me share my link. Let me make sure I can be heard. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Camaray. You're watching Camaray Music TV, and I'm back for a Real Housewives of Atlanta review, season 14, episode 1. My God. I don't hear myself. Hold on.
14.
Oh, there I go. Okay. So it's been a long time coming. We have not seen each other in a while. Okay. Last we spoke was Bel Air, I believe. And I didn't even talk about episodes 9 and 10 because I really thought they was just going to leave it right there with the 8 episodes. As y'all know, I'm a teacher. Let's get this whole ordeal out the way. I'm a teacher. The school year is crazy. And even since the last I spoke with y'all, it's gotten crazier. So I said it's May. And just like Justin Timberlake said, it's going to be May. It's going to be May this month, okay? It's going to be me this month. I'm going to have to digress because the school year is winding down. And I'm going to have to increase on the content because, this is what I love to do. But I'm a Scorpio, so like I told y'all, okay, and the kids need me, so teachers is dropping like flies. Tap in now. Let's discuss the show. I'm live. Okay, so we have quite a bit to discuss because the show looks a little different. The last time it was on, I was watching, but I stopped watching. Y'all know how I do. Hey, Trey! Y'all know how I do. I stopped watching after a while because if it's not interesting, listen, what it boils down to is if I'm staying up for this show, it's got to be worth it, and it's got to bring it, okay? And if it's not bringing it, I can't do it, okay? So anyway, let's discuss some changes. The cast looks a little different. Cynthia's gone. Portia's gone. Y'all know Portia lost a few fans, honey. I thought I could stick with her for a little bit. Thought it was going to end up being like, a gag and being like, oh, she got with Simon. It's not what we think. But I really think it is what we think. I didn't watch this eyelash. I didn't watch her spinoff, but it seems like it's giving exactly what we think. And I can't believe Portia went out like that. So I'm trying to get over the fact that Portia's not on here no more. We really, really love Portia. Nene's not on here. Cynthia's not on here. Sheree is back. Marlo has a peach. Drew is back, and that husband. What? Okay. And then we have oh gosh, I want to say her name right because I always say Sonia. I think it's Sonya. Okay, she is on the show, right? So you still have Kenya, you still have Candy. I think that's everybody. Yeah. All right. So the way we open the show is, and really, you're not even getting an indication that we are in COVID times. And really, I think in TV, we're getting more to that. We're starting to see more like regular TV again, instead of people in masks and social distance and stuff, which preferably after 3 years in a pandemic, I would much rather it be that way. I'm like over, okay, it hasn't been 3 years. Okay, it's 2.5. I'm over it. It's very traumatizing. There's remnants of it still in my workplace. So I just, on my TV, I don't want to see it. Okay. So the ladies are down at the studio, the dance studio, because Kenya is rehearsing for Dancing with the Stars, which she is a contestant on. She's rehearsing with her dance partner and she giving him googly eyes and like flirting. And I'm just like, girl, what is y'all trying to frame on this TV right now? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Maybe it was something cute, funny to laugh at, but Trey says the difference is this season, they are all new issues. They are not talking about issues from the past. Something tells me this season is going to be fire. I'm feeling like this season is going to be fire too, because number one, everyone that they have on the show is like, they're not lying dormant in anything. At least even though Drew is the one who is not giving it as much, I feel like her marriage is gonna have her trending every week. Okay, and that's not a good thing. But yes, everyone's giving it to the show now. I did tweet when we gonna have a full figured housewife on here. I want to know, because are we sizist? I would like to know. But anyway, I'm definitely with you, Trey. I think it's gonna be fire as well. Let's see how long I can stick with it. But yeah, they down at the studio, and Sheree walks in, Candy walks in, Kenya walks in. You know, everybody seems genuinely happy to see each other. Candy looked good. I mean, the one thing I can always say about Candy is she's just so like content. Like she knows she makes the money. She knows she's that girl, but she don't ever do too much. She don't do too much look wise. She don't do too much personality wise, and we appreciate her for that, because she just doesn't act like new money to me. And I, if I had money, I would be very much new money. You would be able to see it all over me. Okay. But and I mean, you can see it on Candy as well, but she just is very much like, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Very much. I'm trying to listen out for my vacuum cleaner because I got this new vacuum, y'all. Well, I've had it for like a month, but it ain't as smart as they say it is. It be running into stuff and like catching up stuff, and then it be sending me a little text message like it's doing too much. Okay. But anyway, yeah, so they meet up, and they kind of doing girl talk, and we find out, and Sheree look good. We find out that Sheree still talking to Tyrone, and Tyrone is at a jail. And I was like, oh, this is really a thing. Like, they show the editing team is on it. They doing, instead of like videos of everything, they doing like just the voice of, whatever it was. A white refrigerator, well, they showed that one. But, just the voices, like the flashbacks, they do like just the voice. But we did see Tyrone, him saying that he got to be at the house by 9. And I was like, oh, you are really talking to this man. You are really, and I feel like, give it a try. You've been married, you've been divorced, you have the kids, your kids are pretty much grown. Like, if this is what you want to do, this is great. These are the desires of your heart. I say live your life. But I also just feel like he's all the way in Philly. Like, Sheree could just have so many men. She's beautiful. So I don't know. Tyrone must have something, they must have that bond from back in the day. Okay, I don't know. But they talk about that, and then she kind of gets into telling a business, and I was not vibing with that. Like, said the man was quick, and I'm just like, girl, we don't want to do that. We don't, especially because you want a future with them. You're not talking about some fling or somebody that you just, So when they was asking, how it was, and she was just like, oh, it was quick. I was like, oh, girl, we not putting them out there like that, girl. See, I don't hear the. Oh, okay, I hear the vacuum. I still hear it. Okay, so I was like, okay, Sheree, we're gonna see how things go with Tyrone. That seemed like it's gonna be her storyline. Is he gonna be moving to Atlanta? They're questioning like his loyalty, because how do you know that he's loyal? He's all the way in Philly. Like, y'all know my outlook. If you've known me for any length of time, y'all know my outlook on fidelity. Y'all know my outlook. So I don't know. Okay, I don't know. So let me see what's next. We get into Drew and this new girl, Sonya. I feel like I'm gonna always say Sonya, the track star. So she's our new addition, and apparently she's hot stuff. Like, my coworker friend knew all about her because I think she ran track prior, and so she knew like her whole background, her whole lineage, like what college she went to. Like, she knew everything. So I was like, oh, okay, so this girl's like the real deal. So I'm like, okay, they really truly vetted out people, because when I heard that light skinned Keisha, who ain't light skinned, was on the show, I was like, what direction are we going in? But I also haven't seen her on any previews, so maybe that was just a rumor. Maybe she was being vetted. I don't know. But yeah, so she seems cool. She's married. She has one son. Her husband wants a daughter. He wants another child. And she's moved her parents into this house in Atlanta. They're Jamaican. And so her and her husband, and is Drew's husband named Ronald? Because that would just be so fitting. Ronald McDonald. Anyway, Drew's husband and Drew, and then Sonia and her husband are at the gym. Okay, because Drew has, since having this, did she have a baby? In this past year, she has become more passionate about like meal prep and just like losing weight, and just like, instead of being like this fitness guru, just really her approach and her hook is that she's like a normal size girl who just, had gained some weight and wants to get it off. She's not like super passionate about weight loss or super like into it. It's just something that she needs to do to maintain her weight, and like around the way girl type. And so that works for me because Drew is more, her chest ain't as big as mine, but she's more like my body type. She's not super skinny, and she's also kind of short, so never mind. But I'm not skinny, but I'm also not like full figured. So but so yeah, so she's sharing that, and of course you got the track star and then her, so they're in the gym, and it's just kind of like, okay, Drew is kind of giving me, I got famous, I got a little more fame from Real Housewives, and so I want to capitalize on that. And my way of capitalizing on that is, going towards this market because I like food. I can do this. She's kind of found her niche. But I'm also kind of like, how long this gonna last? Because people really be, because she said she got a mommy makeover. And so she's just about maintaining it. So then it's just like, I don't know. Like, there's a whole lane for those people who do the meal prepping and hit the gym, and they do all the little videos and they got the cute workout clothes on. Most of them are not honest about getting work done. So I guess it's cool that she's being honest. Sonia is very, I have to think about it every time. She's being a little shady, but I can't quite place her just yet, because obviously with framing and editing, like it can seem like a little hater, like, okay, you're new, like you're overstepping, but I understand you got to get in there, you got to say the things and be ready to back it up. So I'm kind of watching her. She said some things at the gym. I'm just confused why Drew lets her marriage be the topic of conversation everywhere. I don't know. If I was going to be on a show like this and I knew like me and my husband go at it, which me and my husband do, okay, I would not let me and my husband be the subject all the time. Like, I would have to have other things to talk about. I would have to. Like, yes, we can talk about my relationship a little bit, but I'm not going to be an open book on that, especially if I'm not secure in it. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that she just she just shares so much about her relationship at any opportune time. I mean, they at the gym and she's talking about this assistant. He's saying how, if he had to choose between his dreams and her, like he would choose the dreams. And you're just telling Sonia all this. And I'm like, girl, this is not going to end good. Trey says Sonia Richards Ross' husband don't look bad at all. Yeah, no, he does not. He kind of is giving me a Ralph Angel without the full beard. Ralph Angel from Queen Sugar. Yeah, he's giving me that as well. And he said he wanted another child, so get him another. Oh, but y'all know how I am about kids. If you don't want the kids, and like her whole point was, because we can talk about her part now. Her whole point was when she had her son, it was just her. He was not around like that, or he wasn't putting in as much as she would have wanted him to. Now that's not saying, did she communicate that? Was she clear about it? Did she think that he was just gonna hop in as much as her and have the same commitment? You just never know, because she didn't share all that. But her thing is like, yeah, I don't want to repeat. And then her dad is like, well, you don't want to just not be having another kid just because you're busy. And her mom is like, well, you don't want to just be having another kid knowing you're busy. So I could definitely see all sides, but I think that there has to be clear boundaries. Like, if you're going to help out with this kid, like, you definitely need to take a shift. And I also think it's going to be a little different because now your parents live in the house, versus like before. I don't know. She didn't say this, but before, I'm pretty sure she was like, in and out of like the track stuff, and it was just her and her husband, so I feel like you should capitalize on the fact that your parents are there. I don't know. I don't have no kids. I don't aspire to have none. But in-home help is different versus your parents are all the way in Jamaica or whatever it is. Okay. So we're all gearing up for this event. Marlo is sending out her Telegram type invites. So she has this girl show up in like her face is beat, hair is done. She's like dressed down with like the hot pink, and I feel like I'm about to sneeze. And she's holding a MacBook, and the MacBook has the message. Okay. And so, they do like this intersplice of editing, and everybody's like excited, to hear about this event because she pretty much has archived all of her clothes for the past 20 years, and she's going to be renting them out for like $5,000 and up. Like, and it's all this percentage, and like she's figured all this out, and clearly got with a business person, because I would not have been able to figure out nothing like that. And then I'm thinking too, like, what if everybody's not your size? Like, can they hem it? Can they? Obviously not. Like, you would have to be her size. So is she a size that everybody, I don't know how that works. But basically that's her thing. I don't remember the name of the line, but she's going to have this event where she kind of shares that. She has a mannequin. She has the pieces of the mannequins. This vacuum, y'all. And she's invited the girls out, okay? And so, of course, everybody had their little thing to say. Drew was talking about how extra Marlo is, what she is. And Kenya's being shady. And mind you, when Kenya gets her telegram, she got the dancer partner in her house. Like, and I'm sure it was just like, this is just editing. Like, because I don't think that they got nothing. I really don't think they got nothing going on. But, I could be wrong. So yeah, they're gearing up for this event. Let me see if I missed anyone in between. Oh, before I talk about this event, Drew has like a tasting at her house. So she has this chef over, black chef, beautiful chef. The food looks beautiful. And she's like gonna make these meal preps like to distribute, right? And so, or prepped meals. She's gonna make these meals to distribute. And so she invites Sonia over and Candy over so that they can try the foods. They take shots of like beet juice and stuff. Obviously all that stuff is like an acquired taste. It is really good for you and it is really great. But I don't know. I mean, I feel it. I need to get on that wave like super tough. And I feel like, we're transitioning. We are getting there, but sometimes you just want to eat. You don't want to eat nothing that's planned. Ugh. But yeah, so they're trying that. Of course, they got their little shade because it's like, first of all, the elephant in the room is definitely that Drew is not like super small. Okay. So the fact that she's had this mommy makeover and then she's still not super small, and now she's doing like the meal prepping and kind of like the fitness thing, it's like, okay, girl, well, is it really working? Like, are you really doing it? And, that's what Candy and Sonia are saying. Like, are you truly committed to it? Like, are you really doing it? Because it doesn't seem like it. And, I kind of feel that when I was tweeting, I was like, okay, are we really like sizing this girl up, or really like trying to pick her apart to see, did you really lose 25 pounds or was it more like 10? Because even the before and after, the editing was really shady. But, oh my gosh, is it dust in here? But I was still just like, I mean, weight loss is weight loss, number one. Number two, Drew, I really hope you're not faking the funk. I really hope you're not. But it does kind of seem like you are. I don't know. But so yeah, they try the foods, and then they get into this conversation about this assistant. Now, I had just tweeted, I hope, when they was at the gym, I was like, I hope that Ralph, I don't know his name, Drew's husband is coming correct this season, because he just was a hot mess last season, embarrassed the doggone dog stuff out of her. And while I understand marriage and I understand like not being on the same page, I understand perspective and I understand you not feeling like you have a voice, or them feeling like they can't really get to you, like y'all are two what they call it, two cars passing in the night, or two waves pass. I don't know the saying, but basically two parallel lines, you just never touch me, always going different ways, right? I understand all that. But what I would hope is that he would have looked at the season and really like reflected, like, oh wow, like I was really tripping. Like on the home front, I really just had you out here looking crazy. You would hope, right? I don't think so. I don't think that he did that. I wasn't feeling that. I did not see that at all. At all, at all, at all. He was still very much the same. Why are we sitting here talking about an assistant? Drew said, yeah, he had this assistant, and the assistant was like, yeah, I'll come over and give you a massage. And I'm like, we are trying to put out this image that we are a happy couple. Okay. And you clearly trying to make it work with your husband. You got him on this show. And every chance you get, you bringing up y'all drama. This is not going to end good. This is not going to be good. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. And I love Drew. She's so pretty to me. Just very positive, very spunky. Like, But I'm just like, if y'all having issues, like y'all, like I just would not have him on this show. I just would not have him in that capacity. We would not be putting out that image. You know what I'm saying? Or we would be on here and we would be like, woo, child, we a mess. But that's marriage. We figuring it out. That's the kind of angle I would be at. I wouldn't be on here crying because I already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they get to talking. Of course, Candy's like, an assistant? What? She said, what? You don't know her name? So I'm already knowing Candy gonna do the work. She gonna do the inspection that needs to be done. And of course, Sonya's kind of eating it up, like, what? And then I'm kind of shocked. Like, we having this conversation in the house, and the husband ain't even, and the husband could walk in at any minute. I'm like, nah, girl. I wouldn't, you're not about to be running back and telling the girls about the business between y'all, and your husband could walk in any minute, because now it's going to become a we conversation. And to be honest, like, you and your husband doing stuff in therapy. It's not your job to be taking it back to your friends and then waiting for your husband to, now your husband got to complete his case to the friends and then become no, unless it's like a whole couples thing, And that's what he kind of realized when he walked in, like, oh, okay, yeah, it's 3 women against me, like, clearly. But even with the men, I'm sorry, whatever you was doing with the assistant and all, I'm sorry, because of your history, you're not going to have a female assistant unless you show and prove that you can be trusted. You got to do stuff to make your wife comfortable, because you had her looking an absolute mess last season is what I'm saying, okay? Long story short, something going on with this assistant is brewing in the air until they go to this event, okay? So they pull up to Marlo's event, and it's already a unique event because, first of all, it's the first thing of the show. Marlo just got a peach, so I feel like she kind of got to put on to, like, show, like, I got a peach and, like, I'm going to do my thing type of thing. I feel like she was kind of, like, putting on for the cameras, which, I get it. You got to do your thing. So she got the super nice hors d'oeuvres. She got the string quartet, honey. She got the pieces. The mannequins are posed different. I'm like, I ain't never seen no mannequins like this, honey. But the mannequins ain't have heads. They ain't have, wings. They wasn't like, and it wasn't like a runway show. They were just, it was kind of like a museum, like different exhibits of the outfits and like the different scenes and zones, And so the ladies come in. The ladies look very good. Drew and Sonya end up wearing the same color. Sheree looks good. I think Kenya, she was serving in this white. She looked really, really good in this white. I didn't understand the purple shadow, but she looked really, really good. And so, throughout the night, of course, this is kind of what they do. They kind of like pick apart each other's events because, that's kind of what you do as a housewife. You pick apart each other's events. You say where something could have used a little bit more money, a little bit more pizzazz. It's all this shade and stuff, right? And so Marlo's not out yet. There's shade about that. Normal shade, normal banter. I think for me, the bone carrying seems like Sonya is gonna be doing that in cahoots with Sheree, because they was over there all tearing down the event, and then she walked over to Marlo to tell her, like, yeah, they over there saying blah 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 woo woo woo. And I'm like, Sonya, girl, you was over there saying some stuff too. So now I'm kind of like, okay, Sonya, don't be that girl. Don't be that girl. Okay. Yeah, so of course Marlo's pumped up. I was thinking Marlo, because first Marlo said, that's always gonna be Kenya's thing. She gonna come to my stuff, she gonna tear it down. Like, at this point, I've deduced her down to that. I understand what it is. Cool. I thought we was gonna put on a cute face for the event. We know what it is. We're pushing forward. No, she decides to address them, and she really fully looking flustered. Now this is in her second outfit. And the second outfit, Sheree said, looked like a piece of candy that her grandma used to give her in church, and I was cackling. But yeah, she just, she was very upset about this. And remember, Kenya, more hair care. Like, Kenya is notorious for just being shady and catty with events. Remember, she come to Portia's thing and she was acting that same way too. Like, I get it, but I don't get it. Like the mean girl thing at this point, I think some cute little shade is fine. And Kenya, she does what she needs to do for the camera. She is one of the ones with the one-liners, and she is one of the ones who has the memes and the gifts going crazy. But I just am like, girl, do we have to be this stank? Y'all, this vacuum, it gets the job done, honey. I'm looking at it in the hallway. But yeah, so she just kind of tearing down the event. Oh, let me back up. Marlo in mommy mode. I do want to say that I'm super proud of Marlo for taking in her nephews while her sister is incarcerated. I think it's super admirable. All these questions about the way that Marlo makes her money. I don't know if she got money for being on the show, but I know that she probably had appearances and brand deals from that and social media. And I would hope that somebody taught her how to invest, because she got this $1 billion house, but I'm also like, how was she? Oh my gosh. How was she like heating it and cooling it? How was she, like she had to be surviving some type of way. So I understand the questions like, y'all. Let me send this vacuum home, because let me send the vacuum home. It is now making too much noise for me. Let's pause it. I paused it. Okay. Hush. Pause. Y'all. Hold on. Okay, there we go. My bad. Okay. So yes, I think it's really admirable that she took her nephews in. Admirable, inspiring, like all of that, because I feel like that's gonna be me, honey. I feel like I'm gonna be a part of the village that helps raise your kids. And I do think like that's what you do, all this building up to help those to your left and right. So yeah, I think that's really cool. But anyway, back to the event. Yeah, she was really upset, honey. Marlo was like, "This is all you do, Kenya." And she was cussing. Y'all know when Marlo started cussing, she not playing around. I don't know about Sonya. That was a little messy. Candy was like, "We not gonna sit here and act like you wasn't saying the same thing. Like, what are we talking about?" So that whole exchange was going on, which I feel like they kind of have to have. I don't understand this shade towards Drew, like financial shade. Like Marlo throwing all this shit. Like I'm talking to the money girls, the girls who have traveled the world. I just was like, oh wow, like that's how we coming at Drew, like all of that. She said, you got a French roll. I ain't seen a French roll. And then they shady because they showing a French roll like a croissant right next to her. I said, oh wow. She said, you said we coming to a gala, girl. I said, whoo wee. So this, I don't know. I don't know if Drew deserves all that shade like that. Um, I don't know. I did see in the commercials coming up about Sheree and Drew sharing the same assistant, and there being some drama with that. And even when he came, I think the assistant that we're talking about, when he came on camera and introduced himself to Candy, I was like, oh, he's giving a lot. So I was like, okay, we're gonna see how this is gonna go. But yeah, that was first episode, which premiered last night. I don't want to make no promises, but I'm trying to be, it's gonna be May. I'm trying to be May focused and not lean so much on this doggone job, y'all, because it's draining me. It's draining me. I love my kids to death. Do anything for them, but all these teachers dropping, y'all. You got to be wearing so many roles. But as the year starts to dwindle down, some of these roles are starting to fizzle on out. So praise God for that. I want to know what you guys thought about the show. What do you guys think about the cast? What do you guys think about the new look? Do you like that Marlo has a peach? Do you miss Nene on the show? Because I've been hearing a whole lot. She's suing Bravo for racism, honey. Do you guys miss Cynthia? Did you even notice that she was gone? I mean, I do miss looking at her. But yeah, I don't know. Is there somebody else that you would like to see on the show? I wanna know. Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you like this video. And I'm gonna borrow this from the Tired A podcast. If you made it to the very end of the video, I want you to comment down below peaches. I'm Cameron. This is Cameron Music TV. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. That sounded kind of good.